Okay, the government's introducing ID cards today, only for two sections of the migrant community. Firstly, for people here on marriage visas and people who want to be students, who are from outside the European Economic Area. By doing this, I think that the government is following a precedent set by repressive regimes throughout history to target migrant communities for identification, who knows what later. Of course, this is the first step in the rollout of a national scheme. They'll be, after they've targeted these two groups and got them ID'd, they'll be moving on next to airport workers, then students, any students who wish to apply for a student loan, before eventually, first they'll be available to everybody as a voluntary scheme, and then eventually it'll be compulsory for everybody in the UK to carry an ID card. Of course, they can ratchet up the control that they use against people with ID cards. That can come later once that original legislation is put in place.
Well, I'm here to protest because this is the very start of the introduction of ID cards in the UK. And I think that ID cards are just going to be another milestone on the road to a surveillance society where we're increasingly more information about us, our histories, our biological records, our medical records are going to be kept on databases that are accessible by the state and a whole load of different state institutions. And the reason that we're here outside the Home Office building in Cardiff is because that's where it begins. The government decided to introduce ID cards, first of all, by going for the weakest people in our society, the asylum seekers, the people who've got no kind of ability to speak up and protest, because if they do, you know, they're going to fear deportation. They're going to be booted out of the country straight away. I think that's terrible. They've done it by kind of, you know, picking on the smallest kid in the classroom first. Next it's going to be EU migrants, then it's going to be certain key workers, people like airport workers and stuff like that. But where does it end? We know where it's going to end in compulsory ID cards for all of us, with biometric information stored on databases which are probably going to be run by private companies, insecure. It's shocking, and I think now is the time to start saying no, really.
No Borders making protest, both here and most of the UK border agencies where these cards will be issued from today. If we want to stop this scheme, if people don't want to carry ID cards, it's essential to stand shoulder to shoulder in solidarity with people who are being targeted first. By resisting the oppression of migrants, we can defend the freedom of everyone.